yesterday a record 19 in Pakistan in a test match day. So lots to talk about here with my guests Amir Sohail and Dominic Cork. Amir, we'll start with you. Start of the day, Pakistan 109 for 3, and then they finish off with 157, which means they've lost 48 for 7 today. A bit of a concern when you talk about batting on these surfaces.
It's a huge concern. You know, we've been talking about West Indian batters' ability being exposed on spin-friendly wickets, but the Pakistanis, they are not far away. I mean, if you take that partnership away, most of the Pakistani batters did have their struggles, and especially against the left-arm spinner, for me, who has improved a lot in a span of 2 days.
Yeah, we talked about how he's worked on his pace and what slower pace works over here. And he's done a quick turnaround, like Ahmed said, and it's worked for him. 7 wickets.
Well, they needed something in the West Indies just to spark them into giving them a chance. They had to do in that opening session, and they did that. Warrican was involved with probably 9 of the wickets, two run-outs as well, and the 7 wickets. And he talked about his pace to me at the beginning of the morning, where he just talked about he's worked on his pace, he's worked on the revolutions as well, and what he did do is he gave himself a chance to take wickets. It's never easy, and always the pressure is on there. Whenever you turn up at a test match and it's flat, you always look at the batters and say, well, it's down to you. When it's a green seamer, it's always the seamers, over to you, let's see what you can do. And when you turn up and it's a spinning track, the pressure then is sometimes on those spinners straight away. You know, it is quite a decent wicket to bowl spin on, but Warrican was really, really good. And, you know, when they got themselves back into the changing rooms, they probably thought, look, this is a big ask, 251 to try and knock off, but at least, you know, they fought hard this morning, and that's what you want from any test side.
Well, I'll take this further to both of you, starting with you. I was going to talk to you about the West Indies approach. Now, you see a clear, deliberate effort to take the attacking option against Sajid, and that hasn't really worked either.
Well, look, they had to do something, and Amir will know as a batter, you know, you've got to try and do something on surfaces. I talked about trying to get outside the line. As a bowler, what you don't want is somebody to come at you all the time. You don't to rotate the strike, because then all of a sudden it just upsets your rhythm if it's a left-hand, right-hand combination. But they tried to take that positive approach, which I've got no problem with. Some of the shots, maybe you'd probably question, were they the correct way of going about it when there was a man deep in the deep? But ultimately, you know, it was the way that it went about it. It didn't work.
You played a lot of cricket in Pakistan. Is that the way to hit your way out of the hole probably you've dug?
Well, it's a challenge for the batters. You know, first thing first, when you are faced with such conditions, you have to force the bowler away from that threatening line. And there are different ways to do it. You know, if you stand outside the off stump, you have to make sure you are looking to play the ball back to the bowler, not towards extra cover or towards mid-wicket.
All right, we're talking about Sajid. Let's have a listen to what he had to say before the start of the series.
एक वर्ल्ड बेस्ट साइड था इंग्लैंड, जो टीम थी, बड़े नाम थे उनके साथ, और मेरा कमबैक हो रहा था पहले मैच के बाद, और फिर लाने फिर इज़्ज़त भी दी उसमें। बड़ा अच्छा लगा, क्योंकि जो सिलेक्शन कमेटी थी, आकिब भाई, अलीम भाई, असद भाई, अजहर भाई, जिन्होंने ये सारा डिसीजन लिया। बड़ा टफ डिसीजन था, बीइंग अ बैट्समैन। हमारे लिए तो अच्छा था, स्पिन विकेटें थी, तो हमारे लिए क्रेडिट उनको जाता है, उन सारी सिलेक्शन कमेटी और हेड कोच, जो भी हमारा हेड कोच है आकिब भाई, सारा क्रेडिट उनको जाता है, स्पेशली बिकॉज उन्होंने ये डिसीजन लिया और बिग स्टेप था पाकिस्तान के लिए, और हमें ज़रूरत थी जीतने की, क्योंकि कपल ऑफ सीरीज़ हम हार रहे थे और कुछ ड्रॉ हो रहे थे, तो अपने हमारे मुल्क के लिए भी और हमारे लिए भी, और ख़ासकर हमारे जो मैं और नोमी भाई, जिसकी हमारी परफॉर्मेंस 39 विकेट्स हम दोनों ने ली, वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड भी है, तो ये हमारे लिए और हमारे पाकिस्तान के लिए बड़ा बेहतर था। अगर देखा जाए, नोमी भाई वन ऑफ द मोस्ट एक्सपीरियंस प्लेयर है पाकिस्तान टीम। वो बड़े अरसे से डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट और डिपार्टमेंट क्रिकेट खेलता है, और टेस्ट क्रिकेट में वो रेगुलरली होता है, खेलता हो ना खेलता हो, लेकिन टीम के साथ ही होता है। तो बड़ा एक्सपीरियंस प्लेयर है, कभी कभी हमें मार पड़ती है तो हमें भी समझा देता है, और एक एक्सपीरियंस प्लेयर की ये वो है कि आपको गाइड करता है कि अब क्या करना है आगे, क्योंकि अगर इंग्लैंड वाले आप देख लो, वो बड़ा अटैकिंग खेलते हैं, और नोमी भाई जिस तरह उनको भी मार पड़ रही थी, तो फिर हमने डिसाइड किया कि हम चांस कम लेंगे। तो एक्सपीरियंस प्लेयर टीम में होना चाहिए, और उनके साथ फिर अगर आपकी पार्टनरशिप लग जाए और उनके साथ आपकी जो एक जोड़ी बन जाती है, तो मेरे लिए तो बेहतर है, क्योंकि नोमी भाई वन ऑफ द मोस्ट एक्सपीरियंस और बिल्कुल डाउन टू अर्थ बंदा है। मैं सच बात कहूँ तो मेरी सारी क्रिकेट एज अ बैट्समैन खेली है। अंडर 13 पिशावर से, अंडर 16 पिशावर से, अंडर 19 पिशावर से, ग्रेड टू सीनियर डिस्ट्रिक्ट तक मैं एज अ बैट्समैन खेला था, अंडर 23 तक। और फिर अनफॉर्चुनेटली उस तरह मौका नहीं मिल रहा था, क्योंकि पिशावर में बहुत बड़े नाम थे, रिफतुल्लाह मोहम्मद, इफ्तिखार भाई, रिजी भाई उस टाइम पे, और भी आदिल अमीन, अकबर बादशाह, असरारुल्लाह, बहुत बड़े बड़े नाम थे। मतलब उनके साथ आना बड़ा मुश्किल है, क्योंकि उन सब के 150 160 सारे फर्स्ट क्लास मैच थे। तो एज अ बैट्समैन मुझे इधर जगह बनना बड़ा मुश्किल था। तो फिर मैंने डिसीजन लिया कि मैं एक ऑफ स्पिनर बन जाऊं, तो मेरे लिए बेहतर है, क्योंकि एंड पे बैटिंग भी मिलेगी और बॉलिंग तो वैसे भी करता रहूँगा। तो फिर उसमें दिन ब दिन, डे बाई डे इम्प्रूव करता रहा। और स्पेशली मैं नाम लूँगा, इसमें कोई दोहराई नहीं है, अब्दुर्रहमान भी, जो पाकिस्तान की भी हेड कोच रह चुके हैं और मुल्तान सुल्तान के भी कोच हैं। उन्होंने पिशावर रीजन के 5 से 7 साल हमारे हेड कोच रह चुके हैं। उनका नाम लूँगा क्योंकि मेरे फर्स्ट क्लास आने में उनकी बड़ी काविश है। मेरा देखा जाए तो मैं दुनिया के सारे ऑफ स्पिनर से बड़ा डिफ़िकल्ट, मेरा एक्शन बड़ा यूनिक है। एज अ बीइंग ऑफ स्पिनर टाइप नहीं है, जो आप कोचिंग मेन्यू से उसको देखा जाए तो मेरा ना पाँव एज ऑफ स्पिनर जैसा आता है, मेरा ना हाथ जैसे ऑफ स्पिनर जैसा आता है। मैं जो वेरी करता हूँ पेस को, जो कि मैं बाल पीछे से कर लेता हूँ, कान की तरफ से कर लेता हूँ, बहुत सारे ऑफ स्पिनर सिर्फ फ्रंट ऑफ आइज से करते हैं। तो मेरा जो डिसीवनेस है, मेरा जो बॉलिंग का जो मेन स्ट्रेंथ है, वो मैं डिसीव करता हूँ लोगों को फ्लाइट से। तो दैट्स माय स्ट्रेंथ। इधर अगर आप देखा जाए, इधर धूप थोड़ा ज़्यादा होती है, बाकी पूरे पाकिस्तान के बिहाफ पे मुल्तान में धूप बड़ी ज़्यादा होती है। जहाँ पर धूप होती है वहाँ पर विकेट थोड़ी सी स्पिन के लिए साजगार होती है। तो अगर देखा जाए, पिंडी में भी इन्होंने विकेट बनाई थी, वो टर्निंग विकेट थी, लेकिन मुल्तान की खासियत यही है कि यहाँ पर मिलता है। अगर पहले दिन ना मिले तो दूसरे दिन ना भी, लेकिन तीसरे चौथे पाँचवें दिन 3 दिन आपको टर्न मिलता ही मिलता है। तो इनकी खासियत यही है कि स्पिन के लिए साजगारी है। टेस्ट क्रिकेट एक ऐसी है जिसको देखा जाए सारी क्रिकेट पे हावी है। जो बंदा टेस्ट क्रिकेट खेलता है वो हर कोई क्रिकेट खेल सकते हो, क्योंकि उनको पता है कि किस पोजीशन पे या किस प्रेशर सिचुएशन में क्या करना है। और जैसे आपने बात कही है क्राउड की, मुल्तान की क्राउड द बेस्ट क्राउड है, क्रिकेट लवर है, सारे छोटे से लेके बड़े तक, चाहे स्कूल की छुट्टी थी वो बच्चे भी आते हैं। तो हमें बड़ा खुशी होती है, बीइंग अ टीम, पाकिस्तान टीम, और बीइंग अ पाकिस्तानी प्लेयर बड़ी खुशी इसलिए मिलती है, उससे हम मोटिवेट होते हैं एज अ फील्डर, एज अ बॉलर, एज अ बैट्समैन। हमारे जितने हमारे पाकिस्तान टीम में बड़े बड़े नाम हैं, सब बाबर भाई, रिजी भाई, अभी अपकमिंग आगा सलमान। तो बेस्ट साइड है, क्राउड से बहुत सारी मोटिवेशन मिलती है। और लास्ट टाइम भी मैंने थैंक यू मुल्तान का किया था, क्योंकि बहुत सारी बड़ा अच्छा क्राउड आया था। जो इंटरेस्टिंग मैच चल रहा था, लास्ट डे पे जो आए थे क्राउड, वन ऑफ द बेस्ट क्राउड इन मुल्तान।
So it's been a test match which won't be wrong to say has been tailor-made in terms of surfaces for spinners, and Sajid, Noman, even Borekan have shown that yes, they can be forced to reckon with. They've been, well, won't be wrong to say, absolutely unplayable. The equation is clear. We're into day 3, session 2 here at the Multan Cricket Stadium. 197 for the West Indies to win. Pakistan needs 5 wickets to wrap this up. It's Wigo Telmobile presents Allied Bank Pakistan versus West Indies Test Series. Let's enjoy the action of session 2 on day 3. And we'll throw it to our commentators Ian Bishop and Sana Mir to take us into the action here.
It has been entertaining. Things have moved rather quickly across this third day's play, across the test match generally. The pace of wickets falling has been something. Alec Athanaze resumes on 12. Tevin Imlak, who has kept so well Sanamir, hoping that they can stitch together with something together with another 197 needed to win over Pakistan. 5 wickets required to win the test match. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you as well. Talking about Tevin Imlak, yes, he has been brilliant behind the stumps. Moving really well on the leg side and the off side. Another one who has been brilliant has been Noman Ali for Pakistan, but Imlak, he looked good. got out early. He likes to be aggressive with the bat.
Have seen a lot of this on both sides as both batting lineups have tried to find ways individually to score, to spend time out there, in addition to trusting.
Stronger Pepsi. Kamal, kya test hai yaar.
Turn and bounce has really asked questions, and the experience of Noman Ali coming in play for Pakistan, especially along with Sajid Khan.
Stayed down, so it's one of the things as a batter you don't want. The turn is already enough to contend with.
Oh yeah.
I won't be wrong to say that might be the first or second ball that got so low. Otherwise, there have been some extra bounce, some normal bounce. But the last one stayed really low.
Oh yes, I'm ready.
56 for 5.
Stronger Pepsi. Kamal, kya test hai yaar.
एक्टिंग है या नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी का कमाल, खुद ट्राई करके देखो।
Man, the wicket.
Outstanding from Sajid again, the first 4 wickets in the first innings. He's into 4 wickets here again. Aleem Dar, former elite umpire, now involved in selection. And it's a real eye-opener for several of these West Indian batters, because I compared this recently to pitches in the Caribbean. Dominica, remember a couple of years ago when India toured, spun a lot, but the average turn on West Indian pitches in recent years, this is itemized compared to today, 5.3 this test match. And so I can have some sympathy in these mostly young batters having to come up against this degree of deviation of the surface when they already struggle generally against slow bowling. This is an eye-opener, and I call it an acid test for them.
Absolutely, and around 1 degree or 0.5, 0.7 degree turn is a huge amount of turn to navigate. As a batter, as a bowler, the deviation we talk about, even the slightest of deviation can trouble the batter. But 1 degree or 0.7 degree, it's a huge amount of turn, extra turn that they have to navigate.
We fear even, well, most of Pakistan's batsmen have also struggled. You have Saud Shakib, Mohammad Rizwan in the first innings, Shan in the second innings, so it's a challenge. They are seeing shots like this from several batters. This time Ali Kafani's 64 for 5.
position, everything is same. If you're gonna wear the helmet, they will do same things. खबर के आने देना तब मैं इस तरफ हो जाऊँ हेलमेट नहीं हेलमेट इधर इससे इस तरफ नहीं तेरे एक हाथ केस जो करते हैं नहीं दो अच्छे करते हैं जो अजूबे को करा दे मुझे भी करा दे नहीं ये वाले इधर इस पे ये आपने यूं पेश काम करनी है ये अलग नहीं ठीक
First 4 wickets again for Sajid, 1 for Noman.
मुझे कहाँ नजर आया आपको पता है वो
Talk about Athens, he can bat. That last shot, it went like a bullet. Reverse sweep right from the middle of the bat, almost took the slip fielder with it.
शाबाश 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 तो तीनों हिलेंगे ना तो एक दूसरे की जगह कवर हो जाएगी ये मुझे फर्स्ट पे मैं इलेक्शन करूंगा
All anticipating slip and keeper as the batter shaped up. There we go again, 4 more. So finding a way for each individual to try to score and to do it for as long as possible, critical.
Good to see the fans appreciating cricket. It was a 4 off the bat of Athens. Stayed very low. Impact right in front of his eyes. Still head. That's what you want as a batter on these pitches.
You're still going to have to find a way to trust your defense in between shots. That's the critical thing. It won't be all go with every delivery a sweep. You're going to have to, and if one spins past your bat or bounces, that you're just going to have to allow that. Similarly, when you're playing on seaming pitches, one goes past the outside edge, you move on if you're still there.
Allahu Akbar.
And we were talking about that off air, Vishbhai, also about how using your feet, you don't necessarily as a batter have to come and swing the bat. You have to defend. You were talking about that before.
Yeah, I remember that discussion we had this morning. You come down the track, you don't necessarily have to be in attack mode. I know one or two excellent batters, and Salman Aliaga did this morning. He used his feet, he came down the track, which meant that the short leg ended up being behind him, and he just defended it or stuck the pad out once he got down the pitch far enough. And that takes DRS out of play as well if you're that far down. So you don't always have to come down to hit it over the top. Gotcha! 70 for 5.
Nice stronger Pepsi. कमाल क्या टेस्ट है यार
एक्टिंग है या नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी का कमाल, खुद ट्राई करके देखो.
An incredible start. Pakistan spinners with 55 wickets, bowling 240.1 overs, while the pace is only getting 7 overs. No wickets. I've got mixed feelings about this. Yes, Pakistan is winning test matches. Yes, the spinners are performing generally in the shorter format. The conditions becomes difficult for the spinners, but you have to feel for the fast bowlers. What incentive are we giving them as a test cricketer?
It's the one where you can get the top edge because he's pulled the leg a touch. This isn't it? Oh, misfield. Finding the balance between what works for you to win, but taking a long-term view then of encouraging your various departments of your team.
leadership comes in, the bigger vision comes in. Yes, as a coach, as a selection committee, you want results for your team right away because there's so much scrutiny in this part of the world especially. But there has to be that vision for the broader aspect. In this test, Pakistan has bowled only 1 over of pace bowling, seam bowling, and that's the lowest they have ever bowled in any test.
Nice shot from Tevin Imlak. $75 for 5.
नए स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी कमाल का टेस्ट है यार
एक्टिंग है या नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी का कमाल, खुद ट्राई करके देखो।
शानोमी भाई
Bangladesh defeat really hurt Pakistan cricket and its fans, of which there are many. Then the defeat against England. I think that was the icing on the cake, losing that first test to England, following on the Bangladesh defeat. Really sort of stirred the minds of Pakistan leadership as to how we can turn results around, Sana, and folks will remember that, and they've come together and they've come up with a plan to have the spinners into the game more back themselves, and have gotten results in the last 3 test matches. Well, 3 including this one. Perhaps we want to jump ahead, but certainly the previous 2 for Shan, Masood and his team.
Yes, the think tank comprising of Aleem Dar, we just saw the captain. They all kind of agreed that yes, spin would be the way forward for them, but it can't be for too long. You will have to bring the fast bowlers back at some point, but at the moment it's working for Pakistan.
The umpires will confer. There was definitely bat or glove. Whether it's gone into the ground, I think they'll confer about whether it's a bump ball.
TV umpire director, we have an umpire review for a bump ball. I'll check the feet, fair delivery. Your best angle, front on angle, please. Okay, best angle you got. Yeah, clearly into the ground. Yeah, we go back on field.
Papa.
That's why I love the advent of technology into the game in the last couple of decades. It isn't always foolproof, but it helps us out a lot, and it helps the umpires out a lot. That's what we were talking about. Use of the feet to get to the ball, get ahead of the short leg, but it doesn't always mean it's an attacking shot.
Absolutely perfectly played, coming down the ground. It's not there in your slot, just play it around. Head position well, and he's playing right in front of his eyes, underneath his eyes. And that's why when you talk about Athens, he was able to make consistent runs against Shaheens. Maybe he has been using this a bit more in the first innings, also in the second innings. You see a method to his batting. It's not only about hitting boundaries or dot balls, but he is looking at rotating strike as well.
नहीं कौन छोटी को इसको नहीं इस राइट के लिए नहीं राइट के लिए करने दे वो अंदर घुसेगा ना हाँ मैं समझा उसके लिए कह रहे हो आप लोग नहीं ठीक हो मारने दे इसको हेलमेट पहनने नहीं पता ये आ जाएगा ये देख ले इसमें है चांस इसके अलावा देख वो तो थोड़ा पक्का भी करेगा ना तेज मारेगा इसके बाद
Top class batters do it quite often. You see how far down he is. He gets ahead of the short leg. And what some of the better short legs do, as you saw there, is as the batter went down the track, the short leg almost moved with him as well in anticipation of that. That's why I always find short leg shouldn't just go to the newest player in the team. It should go to the most skilled practitioner at that position, which is a specialist position. It's no longer young guy coming in, you're in there. Some teams still do it. And on this occasion, it's the young guy in there. 77 for 5.
नए स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी कमाल क्या टेस्ट है यार
एक्टिंग है या नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी का कमाल, खुद ट्राई करके देखो।
(23) the partnership, and I wasn't joking about the short legs actually. There's Herrera in there, but we've had in the Caribbean some excellent short legs. Jimmy Adams, who's the assistant coach here, became one of the best in the business. Now, was that turn too much? He hasn't got much support from Rizwan behind the stumps.
He desperately wants that fifth wicket. Sajid Khan, he was able to get 4 wickets. Jimmy Adams, you're talking about the short leg fielders. Every position in cricket becomes so important with the different formats. For Test cricket, that is one of the most crucial positions.
I can go back to a few older names, but I won't go there. But this guy has been superb, Tevin Imlak on debut. Tough initiation. In fact, in the last first-class season for the Guyana Jaguars, he led them and he did not keep. He gave the gloves to another player, Kamal Savary. But he batted at 3 and 4, primarily without the gloves, Tevin Imlak, and averaged over 50 with a couple of first-class hundreds. But it hasn't hampered his glove work. His glove work was superb in difficult conditions. So I'm hoping they give him a run, because they gave a long run to Joshua Da Silva. And you know that Tevin Imlak can play. His glove work has shown you he's good.
Absolutely, has been very, very impressive. Understanding spin bowling, how difficult this pitch has been. Even on the faster bowlers, his glove work has been brilliant. And because he stays low, he can bat well as well. All he needs maybe a bit more time there. And this partnership now developing well for West Indies, 29 of 33.
Yeah, look, just have a look at some of this. I mean, the turn there is quick. He's blinded by the batsman's body for part of the time. He's taken a couple of catches. It's a unique way he presses the fingers into the ground, but I think he's passed the test behind the stump, certainly. And it's going to be hard to judge him in front of the stumps in these conditions, which are tough. But for a specialist keeper averaging 32, first-class cricket, and in more recent times as well. Averaged 50 last first-class season. An under-19 World Cup winner. I can't prophesy his career, but he's given us something to think about the way he started.
Absolutely. He's put on a very strong show behind the stumps, and now you talk about Herrera, you talk about the youngsters in that position. You're laughing away, Vishwai.
Well, because I feel for anyone at short leg. They put me in there once when I was a teenager and I lasted one ball. I was so far away when the bowler released, they said, no, he's not in that.
I was about to ask, like, with your height and because you were a fast bowler, did you get away with it?
I wasn't always this tall. But it's tough. It's a very specialized position and you have to be brave. A lot of cricketers and former cricketers around the world understand exactly what I'm talking about, the character needed to feel in those positions, even with all the protection. And Sana, you know the value of having a good glove person to the slow bowling options when it's turning as much as this. The footwork is critical. The glove work has to be soft enough to absorb the ball. The anticipation when you're obscured momentarily by the batsman's body. I think he's been very impressive. Joshua Da Silva's batting and glove work slid a bit in the last year or so.
And Tevin Imlach has definitely grabbed the opportunity with both hands, because the way he has kept, we talk about the comparison between the two, the first-class career, there's not much of a difference with the bat. 31.90 for Da Silva. Yes, the sample size is bigger, you need more consistency there, but the career best is quite similar, 136 not out for both. But what has been mostly impressive about him was the way he kept on the first delivery of the match, was the way he kept on the last delivery, and the fitness levels, the concentration levels, how he stayed, the glove work, how he gave the hands, there was a give with the hands because of that extra bounce. Everything has been very impressive.
And he likes to stay back as well. 83 for 5.
नए स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी कमाल क्या टेस्ट है यार
एक्टिंग है या नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी का कमाल, खुद ट्राई करके देखो।
I don't trust. I never.
Moti, Sinclair available to come. Afanase has gone well, to be honest. 34 now to him, and in the circumstances he's looked relatively controlled about his innings.
And because of good use of feet and the good use of reverse sweep, he has disturbed the length of the bowler. This time Noman pitching it a bit short on offer. Bit of flight and he rocked back onto the back foot. Good contact for 4 runs. Once again, he disturbs the length of the bowler. Noman going fuller, gets a reverse in.
Yeah, bottom edge on that. That's why he was the only one appealing.
He's desperate to get that 5th wicket. In the last innings also, he was only able to reach up to the 4th. And he would love Babar and Rizwan to join in on his celebration.
Sana, it's not applicable here, but I want to see West Indian well, I shouldn't say it's not applicable here. It's tough here. Hopefully they can overcome it, but going forward in 2025, I think Australia comes next to the Caribbean. I want to see hundreds. Not enough West Indian batters yet are able, for various reasons, to rack up hundreds across the entirety of 2024. Only 2 test match hundreds. Kavem Hodge and Justin Greaves. Something like 9 test matches across the year. Don't know that. I think Ireland are the only country with less of all the full member nations across 2024.
And what would be the reason for that?
I'll come to it next over. $89 for 5.
नए स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी कमाल क्या टेस्ट है यार
एक्टिंग है या नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी का कमाल, खुद ट्राई करके देखो।
Yeah, this is what I was mentioning. And look, there are a number of reasons for it. 2 centuries. You're looking at Bangladesh 3, Zimbabwe 3, and you're going up. Of course, some teams have played more test match cricket, but on a ratio of centuries to test matches, it's something they need to be better at. It stretches to your question when we back in the Caribbean. Even in first-class cricket, it is something that needs to be better. The conversion for young players of 50s, half-centuries to hundreds. Guys will tell you that maybe some of the pitches which are getting better, but they've spun so much from so very early stroke play, and technique formation has been challenging as one of the reasons for it.
Predominantly in domestic cricket, what's the most popular format? I mean, generally, of course, we all know T20 is a very popular format, but how many different formats is there? The 2-day, 3-day, 4-day competition, how many are those? For West Indies, or mostly we see a lot of West Indies players in leagues all over the world. So definitely we connect West Indies player with power hitting and impact players. But how much opportunity they have actually to work on the longer format?
He plays back a lot. He uses the full depth of the crease. So as a bowler, I know Sanamir is pining in her mind there. Can Sajid get it fuller occasionally and draw him forward like that? Yeah, I think there's a fair amount of T20 cricket, but you have some guys who don't play T20 cricket. Craig Brathwaite doesn't, and he scored a few first-class tons. So I think white ball cricket around the world is certainly a factor in batsmanship for a lot of countries. Maybe better coaching at the grassroots level to inculcate technical excellence and mental fortitude. Another 91 for 5.
Hey, cover. समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? एक ओवर करके बस जरा इसको टांग ले जाके.
Well, it's good to see a couple of West Indian batsmen putting up a bit of resistance. And by spending a bit of time out there in the middle, the demeanor of these two batters look much more calmer now.
Yep, good partnership from 37. Played a lot of reverse sweeps and sweeps. And even though the ball is spinning, Ami, it just puts the bowler under a bit of pressure when you're a little bit more active and just not letting them bowl.
And if as a batsman you're able to do that with some conviction, that can divert the pressure on a bowler. Even though these two spinners are bowling on a rank turner. And looks like they're short in ideas now.
That's well bowled. Just dragged him forward. Imlak, he just lost his balance a little bit.
The reason why these two batters are looking good out there in the middle, if they're looking to play off the front foot, they are lunging forward. They're trying to get to the pitch of the ball. Even he's beaten on that occasion. That is going to happen on a pitch like this. You have to forget that.
Yeah, if you nick that, then you've just got to accept that's just the way it is on these sort of pitches. It's just spinning too much, that. You're in decent nick if you nick that. 92 for 5, what do they need? Another 159. I like that as well. So when he just gets a little bit shorter, deep in your crease, and just rotation of strike.
बाहर आएगा बॉल यहाँ से, अगर यहाँ से टांग से करेगा.
Was there a little bit of bat? Your eye out on the umpire, Richard Kettleborough. Is he going to signal? No, there was bat. And quickly though.
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, आते रहेंगे, शाबाश. इशू नहीं.
And what have we got in between test matches? There should have been just 3 days, but if this finishes today, there'll be 5 days. It looks like we're going to play on the wicket just beside this. And looks like there's been similar preparation as well. You see if they put the tent back up and the heaters on. It is cold. 24 overs done, 95 for 5.
Stronger Pepsi. कमाल क्या टेस्ट है यार.
एक्टिंग है या नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी का कमाल, खुद ट्राई करके देखो.
आजा वाड़ा दलते एक दूसरे का ये जो पॉइंट वाला इसको भी अंदर रखो.
You see there that the second test match is coming your way on Saturday the 25th. And we'll be playing on the wicket just beside this. Change of bowling, Abra into the attack. 5 overs with the new ball, and the curator here has prepared both these wickets very similarly, where he scarified the surface and two different tones of where he's rolled it a little bit more in the middle, left the ends just to naturally deteriorate, even though it's not hot weather, it's still dry.
Yeah, if the Pakistanis, they want to do anything different for the second test match, yes, they can afford to have a green top wicket. Pakistani fast bowlers, they are short in confidence, and I think this is the best time to afford them the opportunity to come out, bowl on a green top wicket and gain some confidence.
B is how you make that then into a green top. They'd have to water it from the end of this one and keep watering it 5 days, get water into it, try and get the growth back into it. I'm not sure the groundsman, but I'm sure maybe they can do it.
What about the strip on the right hand side?
Even better. I'm warming up. Leave it, don't even cut down. What a delivery. Does he get a nick? He does get a nick. Little bit of drift into Imlak. He just pushes forward, and a decent take by Rizwan.
Ideal length for a wrist spinner. Had the batsman committed to that delivery. Turned from the stumps and turned sharply with the bounce. That should boost the confidence of Abrar, who's been short of wickets and short of confidence, but good resistance from the wicketkeeper batsman. Imlak stayed there for 30 deliveries. Now West Indies 95 for 6.
Sinclair in at number 8, and is here because of an absolute beauty. Kevin Sinclair with 1 Test 50 so far in his 3 matches. It is a beautiful delivery. Watch the drift that he gets. It's a carom ball, it goes away. This turns a lot, Amir.
Perfect delivery. And the batter had to play at it. Not many times we have actually saw the ball spinning from leg stump, middle leg. And he was able to do that and got rewarded for that. Wicket after a long time for Abrar.
Yeah, 6.2 degrees of turn. Big turn. And again. Play that if you can. A little bit of in-swing and just turns away.
Amount of turn, even on a village green. And spinning the ball very sharp.
One that turns back in, there you go. It'd be interesting to see whether that ball, those balls actually pitch outside leg stump. There is the spin out of the hand, turn off the pitch. A little bit slower. What an over wicket maiden from Abrar. Change of ends, change of luck. 95 for 6.
Stronger Pepsi. कमाल क्या टेस्ट है यार.
एक्टिंग है या नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी का कमाल, खुद ट्राई करके देखो.
It's good, yeah. It's really good, yeah.
95 for 6, and West Indies still will require another 156 from here. We need something special from here. Athanaze has played well. He's 37, run a ball. 37. Played well, used the crease well, swept well. And that's what he's done well, and a good shout of 2 straight away. Positive.
हाफ टर्म से करेगा अंदर जाएगा दरमियान में वो ठीक था बाहर थोड़ा बाहर
Brilliant this from
जाएगा
Inverex. You can now charge your
तरफ, इस
mobile
तरफ था।
phones or tablets
नहीं,
through
नहीं,
the
तो उसको अंदर
Inverex
करना
Solar
पड़ेगा ये
Energy while watching this match.
बस बस मगर यहाँ क्या बॉल पीछे वाला बेड बॉल है फिर
Well, his batteries are charged, that's for sure. But the Nays batted so well so far.